How are we doing today, men? I can't get my limb to work, so I'm going to have to improvise. I'm going to record on my phone. I'm going to record on my screen, and it's just going to work somehow. I don't know how it's going to work. But today I will be teaching you lessons that I read from the book, The Millionaire Fastlane. And more specifically, there was a really good point I saw in the book where there was three roadmaps to wealth that we all believe. First up, we have the Sidewalkers of life. Okay, these guys are the real-life GTA characters. And I'm not going to lie, I was being a Sidewalker today. I'm going to pull up a screenshot right now, but that's how much screen time I had on YouTube that I watched today. Completely wasted day. I'm a real-life GTA character, okay? I'm living in the sidewalk right now, and I hate it. They have no plan for retirement, no goals, and I kind of wrote a little note, retire never, LOL. Pro-consumer. These are people who just want to consume every new piece of technology, media, don't really have a budget for their money or their job. These are people who stop learning after high school. You know what I mean? They kind of, college is a waste of time for them, and just any extracurricular learning is just kind of a waste of time. That's how most of these people see it. If you look on the right-hand side, I put up some pictures with examples. The procrastination monkey, if you ever seen that video on the TED Talk, it's the monkey that drives your life, that just wants to do fun things, which I had today when I was on YouTube for 6 hours. Like, that's terrible. That's like awful. I have way too much time on my hands. Anyway, that's a really good video. I'm gonna link that down below for you guys to watch, because man, these people have a victim mentality. Everything wrong that happens to them is somebody else's fault. Even though they're spending all their money, they're making all these bad choices, but everything else is somebody else's fault. And I summed it up perfectly at the bottom: instant gratification junkies, okay? And I hate to admit it, but I myself am somewhat of an instant gratification junkie, and I'm trying to get better. All right, here's where we get to the majority of people. You might be in this. I'm definitely half Sidewalk, half Slowlane. These people are NPCs of life, okay? The most default people, they do the same things every day. On the right, I have pictures of Nazim, okay? If you know, you know. These people have the exact opposite mentality of the Sidewalkers. They're sacrificing today for tomorrow, okay? Which is not a bad thing at all, But if you look at the second sentence, the way they use credit cards is credit is evil, and I need to work overtime, okay? I know a lot of people who do this, and you probably do as well. Their whole financial plan is to retire when they're old, okay? They're anti-consumption, everything, save, be frugal, money is scarce. That's their whole mentality, okay? But they are, which I give them credit for, pro-education. College, they prioritize that. They prioritize getting a degree because it's going to make more money. And in theory, that's a good thing. But when we look into the fast lane ideology, then we can see a little bit of flaws in the system. Work, save, and invest for 40 years. And then, when you're 50, when you're 60, actually not even when you're 50, when you're 60, when you're 70, then you'll be rich. If all my investments, work, if everything, 10% compound interest over time, this second sentence sums it up perfectly. I am responsible for my family, but my employer, Wall Street, and the government are responsible for my finances. Don't take risks. Give up on big financial dreams. Be frugal, and eventually I'll be rich. That just sums it up perfectly. Now, fast laners. These people are player one, creative mode on, cheats enabled, okay? These people are living at the top of life, and we just don't know it yet. In the book, it talks about starting a business. Number one, you need to be responsible for your own finances, okay? You need to control your own money. You can't have your employer control it for you. You can't have a set amount. This fourth line is a big controversial one. Money is everywhere, and it reflects the value I create. Now, a lot of people would think money isn't everywhere. I have to work for my money. Well, the more value you create through a business, helping people, things like that, the more people you influence, the more money is going to come into your pocket. If you chase money, money is going to run away from you. If you chase value, value is going to come towards you. This is the big one right here. Retire while you're young, okay? A lot of people believe that you need to be, when people are millionaires, they're old and they've built up all their cash, which can be true if in a slow lane, thought process. You can be a millionaire and old and not enjoy it at all, because I bet the people who are 60 or 70 would give all their money away to be 20 again, right, and be a millionaire. They would do anything to do that. So the Fastlane ideology says you can retire while you're young, and young isn't essentially 20. It's 30, 35. That's still a good age to retire and considered young. The biggest thing, Fastlaners produce instead of consume. We've seen the Sidewalkers who consume everything in their path, and then we see the Slowlaners who are super anti-consume, but they don't produce, right? Fastlaners produce. You can still consume, but as long as you are a producer who's giving things out to people, you are creating jobs, okay? You're not looking for jobs. You're creating a business. You're not investing in someone else's business, okay? And lastly, Fastlaners are people who eat pizza with ranch, okay? Because I like pizza with ranch. So that's all I got for you guys, and I'm going to be completely honest. I'm trying to really understand all the Fastlane concepts that I kind of explained to you. I thought if I taught them to you, I'd get them better, right? Teaching is one of the best forms of learning. And I hope you guys will do some research yourself. This book is really good. You can find it for roughly $10 on Amazon, kind of like the last book I talked about. But that's all I got for you guys. Take care of yourself.